Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the first episode of my Shocking Shark film series in 2022. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing a highly questionable film, Ghost Shark, that was released in 2013. You know what this series is about, so let's just dive into it, if you will. Without further ado, on with the review. I didn't really know much about this film before researching sharksploitation films for this series, but I found a very interesting article reviewing the film on horrornews.net, which I urge you all to check out, and have linked in the description, along with my other resources as always. The film was produced by the Sci-Fi Network, which I'm not sure if we have in the UK, but I know it has a terrible reputation aside from its Dune adaptation for the most part. Ghost Shark essentially centers around exactly that, a ghost shark. The film opens with some southern US residents sports fishing. A great white shark eats one of their reels, causing a scuffle and one of the fishermen and his daughter to start shooting and throwing bombs at it. I don't get it. It's marine life. It's doing what it does best. And why is it always great whites in these films? Can't we get a hammerhead or something? So, the daughter gets munched by what I assume is an angry ghost shark from the title of this movie, and of course her dad isn't exactly happy about this, but he and his buddy get eaten too. It's just the classic horror film intro killings, nothing special. We get a title card with what looks like some stock footage, and then of course we get a bunch of teens going on the beach, in what is apparently supposed to be Florida. The only character who is really important here is Ava. Their conversation isn't particularly of value, but Ava goes out looking for her father on his boat with a friend, but he's clearly one of the guys who died the night before as they find his bloodied cap. The beachgoers in the ocean are terrorized by the ghost shark, which is shown through awful fluorescent CGI, and one of the teenagers we're supposed to care about is almost chomped and stuff in the struggle. At the station, they find the footage from the video taken on the kid's dad's boat, and the authorities don't believe them, yada yada. B-Tech Timothy Chalamet over here tries to ask Ava out on a date, but she obviously rejects him as it is not an appropriate time for that, as she's just lost her dad. She tries to ask Finch, a local alcoholic who claims to know about ghosts, for information, but he snaps at this. Some of the boys go to a pool party, oh boy I know where this is going, and yo, did that guy just light a cigarette with a lit golf ball? That's the sickest thing in the film so far! We get typical horror film teenage nonsense, and I'm just waiting for Freddy Krueger to jump out of the flooring, and I don't even like that film, but it would be better than whatever this is. The ghost shark attacks of course, and multiple teenagers are consumed, including one of the group. Sad times. The police find evidence of the ghost shark, and it feels like this movie should be over already. How far are we in? Only half an hour? Some girls are messing around washing cars, and what's next? Is the shark gonna come out of that hose now? And why is this little kid driving? Why does the car suit him so much? Some kids are messing on a slip and slide, and a plumber is, well, plumbing and... Oh god, it's just as I said. The plumber gets the Evil Dead 2 treatment, one of the slip and slide kids gets munched, and while this kid is being a perv, the girls get attacked as well. Tough break, kiddo. So, Finch hears about these attacks and goes to a spooky cave to look for the source and finds... What the fuck is that? What am I looking at? The hell? The kids go to his home to find him, and he mumbles something about a cave. Meanwhile, Ava's friend is at home, taking a bath. My god, the cheese. She gets attacked, but Ava and her would-be boyfriend arrive just in time to save her. The kids discover that Finch's wife drowned in a cave by a lighthouse when the tide came in, and they go after the shark. Finch realizes this and decides to go after the shark along with them. The kids go to the library to find out more information, and find out from the curator that over a century ago, when the cave was still above water, a voodoo curse was placed upon the town. Wow, totally not cliché and predictable at all. What is this, 1975? The museum floods from the sprinklers, and so the curator and Ava's friend Cameron are next on the chopping block. Then, I kid you not, a member of the police department drinks a glass of water and is killed by the shark from the inside out. This film is just taking the piss now, and I am so done with it. Look at them, they just kinda stand there. Cameron's father discovers his son was killed by the ghost shark, so goes out on a boat to kill the thing himself, but the film decides to pull a three-headed shark attack, and he is eaten on the toilet after the sheriff is eaten, although the kill is far more drawn out and bloody in comparison to that film. Finch tells Ava she needs to kill the ghost shark with a talisman made from whatever originally killed it, and since her father released the creature, he insists she must be the one to send it back to wherever it came from. The first attempt fails, but after recuperating, Finch reveals he killed his wife after they had an altercation. Of course, by the end of the film, the group managed to kill the shark by blowing it up, in this epic confrontation in the rain, but there's no real payoff as this film is so god-awful. These films just get worse and worse in terms of entertainment value as I go on, huh? At least House Shark knew it was a stupid movie. The effects, acting and all that aren't horrible, but they're definitely not good by any means. I don't know what it is about this film. It's certainly on the shorter side, being only 87 minutes long, but it feels like I've just been through all of the Lord of the Rings films, as in the 70s ones. Just don't watch this film under any circumstances. It's predictable, full of cliches, and just all around awful, boring, and a waste of time, which is why I'm subjecting myself to such torture so you all don't have to. Well, that's all for this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I hope you all enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks for watching.
Nothing like a polo to ease my mind. With polos by my side, I'll always shine. The blue and green ones are my favorite kind, but I'll eat the colored ones from time to time. Cause polos is life, 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 polos is life. Sleep all night and then polos is life.